It's your boy, bro, man, from the 5th floor, a.k.a. ISO Joe, a.k.a. Joe Johnson with the hoodie, a.k.a. Joe Johnson, a.k.a. Coach Calipari. If you know, you know. A.k.a. Steph Curry, one half of the Splash Brothers. If you know, you know. A.k.a. God Sham God. Talk to me nice with the rock. If you know, you know.
You be doing so well, and then you just forget who the fuck you are.
What are you talking? What are you?
That's not my phone. No, that's you.
Jeez Louise, Papa Cheese.
You gotta relax.
Oh, God.
You gotta relax.
We just talked about this.
It's your boy King Luna First.
Fric.
Yeah, now you want to remember?
Fric, go.
It's your boy King Luna First, a.k.a. the Black Klay Thompson, a.k.a. Kobe Bryant, a.k.a. Wilt Chamberlain, a.k.a. I feel I'm forgetting somebody, but I don't know. A.k.a. Loon Frac. There we go.
I got mad people.
I feel like I ran through. Oh, a.k.a. Wait, what did I say? Yo,
fuck you.
If you know, you know. You know. If you don't know by now, you're not gonna know.
So go ahead and introduce what we got in the building today.
Before we go any further, this episode is brought to you and sponsored by Lifestyles Unisex Barbershop Salon. Shout outs to JR, located at 5321 Clarendon Road, 11203.
I know, sorry to interject on this, but I know y'all saw that haircut that Drake got right now.
Yeah.
The hard shit, and you saw what old boy tried to do? Listen, I promise y'all.
Stay in your lane.
Go to Lifestyles. My son Trey. Trey did it. I saw him do it.
Yeah, he finessed it.
He finessed that shit. Shout out to my boy Trey the Barber. Make sure y'all go over to Lifestyles. You feel me? If you're trying to get the hot shit, go ahead, and if it's Valentine's Day and your bitch broke your heart, she cheated on you, found out she sucking mad niggas' dicks.
Broken.
Go get a broken heart in the middle of your head.
How you know something about Valentine's Day went?
Huh?
Never mind.
Wow. Oh my God. Damn. Whoa.
I'm joking.
Violence has been chosen.
Violence. Okay, I'm gonna relax. You gotta relax, Loon. But yeah. So we are joined today. So what are we gonna go? What are we gonna call you today? What are we going by?
The Big Ben.
Got a couple conglomerates.
I mean, it's shawana. That's my real name, and Wana is my AKA name. So I guess I'm gonna be like you.
So
like us,
shawana, AKA Wana. I don't have another name after that.
Oh man,
why what you so want to do? AKA, I could be ourselves.
AKA Black Card. No? Okay, so we gonna do it.
AKA Swipe.
I'm gonna call her Big Ben.
Oh my God,
Lit 6. Oh, that would have been
Lit 6 would have been fire.
Yo,
Lit 6
would have been fire.
Okay.
I'm changing. Yeah. Yo, why didn't I join the Frac? That would have been
my line. Do not indict yourself on this episode. Please
right. I'm not talking about
say nothing
with myself.
Shut the fuck up. I'm tired having to edit your bullshit. No, I'm gonna just leave. I'm gonna just let that shit ride.
It's not about me.
I'm gonna let that shit ride. Relax. But anyway, so we are joined here today by Miss Wana King. How you doing, Miss Wana?
I'm good. I'm doing pretty well.
Okay.
Thanks for asking. How you doing?
How
y'all doing?
This is the first time I guess I've asked us how we're doing.
Nobody never gives a fuck about us.
Really?
And right now I'm stuck like
I don't even know.
You don't even know how you're doing,
How do you answer?
Never been proposed.
How do you even answer that?
I'm thanking God.
Thanking God. I'm blessed and not stressed. You feel me?
That's good.
But anyway, so you have a very, 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 very intriguing story, right?
Really?
Yes and no.
You know, to other people, yes no. But to me, it's like.
Yeah, I mean, book about it.
So
it's pretty intriguing.
I mean, I ain't gonna front.
Yeah, okay.
Niggas in the bush don't got no book. You feel me?
Okay.
So, but even to speak on that, I'm gonna use makeup as an example. A lot of people do makeup, but some makeup artists are just a lot better than others. You know?
No, absolutely.
It is what it is, right? Everybody cut hair, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was great the way you put that.
Keeping it a buck.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you have a book called Swiped,
yes.
right?
Yes.
So this book is pretty much your book telling your story.
Yes.
Correct? Okay, cool. So, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory for those who are listening. Swiped. We're going to get into some details later. But I just want to give the listeners a brief introduction to who you are, right? So let's get into like your upbringing. So where are you from exactly?
I'm from Brooklyn.
As you should be.
I'm from Brooklyn, yeah.
What part?
Understood. So I'm from East New York.
Oh my God.
East in the East.
I'm from Crown Heights.
Okay. How are you from both hoods?
Because my mom, and when you read the book, you'll understand why I say both.
Nigga just gave him his wallet. Oh my God! Right.
Where's my girl with the gun?
Listen, that's my old life, but I didn't need your wallet
Alex,
to
do
do
you have
anything.
the gun? I'm worried about you. Alex, do you have the gun? Thank you. Okay, good.
Well, your Apple Pay is turned. Let me turn off my Apple Pay.
Listen, yo,
No, if she would have said Flatbush, I'm worried about her jumping me. I'm not worried about her zoning me. I'm worried about her jumping me.
I'm fucking.
They're fucking thugs out there.
Listen. I'm not jumping. I want to make money.
There we go.
As you should.
That there's a difference. There's people out there that just want to gang bang, and there's people out there who really just want to make money. I just wanted to make money. I ain't want to be a gang banger or in the streets jumping people, fighting. That wasn't my life. I just wanted to make that bread.
So you from Crown Heights and East New York?
Yeah. So my mom, she lived in East New York, and my father lived in Crown Heights. So I was pretty much back and forth.
Okay. So your parents split, obviously.
Yes.
Okay.
When I was about 2 to 3 years old.
Oh damn. That was real early in the game.
Yeah, so I never even remembered them being together in a relationship.
He said, I met him and I met her.
Yeah, they was like,
that's kind of how that shit went. I bet. So how was that? So, all right, boom. So you was split 50-50. Did that affect you in any way, shape, or form? Like, was there like a... I ain't gonna front. When I was a kid, I used to hate going to my pop's crib, bro. Yeah. And mind you, my pop's crib was the big crib. I just didn't really like the nigga like that. But was it like a clash and like maybe upbringing in terms of both houses?
So you know what? Looking back at it, I think it was great because I've learned like two different sides. So my father was totally different from my mom. And, I never seen them together in a relationship. Mm-hmm. So on the weekends, I was with my dad. And on the weekdays, I was with my mom because I went to school Monday through Friday in my mom's area. Mm-hmm. And my dad was a hustler. Okay. He made money, the fast way. Mm-hmm. And my mom had a 9-to-5. Mm-hmm. So I was able to see both sides. You know what I mean? And my mom, she struggled a little bit working. Mm-hmm. And my dad, I never experienced struggling with him. So... that right there. And that's just basically how it begun.
That's exactly what I was gonna tap into because if you I follow an older code of ethics. You feel me? Like a more past tense, like like in the 80s and 90s, and the way that gangsters was really grown up. And if you ask any real street person, a person who's really in the who's really about the streets, they don't want to be there. You feel me? Like old school gangsters, they did this because they had to do it. Mm-hmm. So. What you did, so apparently, you feel me, with what you was doing, do you feel like it was out of desperation of seeing what your mom went through, or was it just out of greed? Because nowadays, a lot of cats like really just do it out of greed. They do it for the sport of it. Like, they don't really need it.
You trying to go to the gym today, bro? I bet we out.
Shout out to my Canarsie niggas.
I want to say it was kind of both of what you just said, because, I did not want to struggle because I seen my mom struggle. Mm-hmm. However, when my dad... when all his friends went to jail, he didn't want to go to jail. He completely stopped hustling. So I stopped getting the things that I was once getting. Wow. So now I'm like, oh, nah. I got to figure this shit out on my own. Gotcha. I'm 16 now. Now I'm outside.
Oh, shit.
I'm outside, So
that's at the age where shit like what? Yeah, like I gotta be lit at 16.
Yeah, like it's lit year.
Patent leather part of my body, you feel me?
Like, come on, I went from getting every Jordans every Saturday. It was Saturdays they came out,
right?
Saturdays. To like every other Jordans and every other four. I'm like, nah. This ain't gonna work.
Not gonna work.
So, all right, boom. So that kind of really gets into the next question. About what age did you kind of like get situated and started in the life? We're gonna call 17. It the life. 17. You sure? Was it 18 or was it 16? It was 17.
17.
How did you get started with that? Like, how did that work?
It's so crazy, but my aunt, she's from my father's side, and I don't even think she knows this. I never even spoke about this besides...
Auntie, you done fucked up your baby life.
Look what you did.
Aunt Shirley, you done fucked up now.
So my aunt, she actually been to prison. She went to federal prison for 5 years for credit card fraud. Damn. I never really, hung around her, been around her. However, I just knew about her because, my family, they talk like, yo, she got money. She got a chain of salons. She do this. She got money, blase, blase. She had a book called Charge It to the Game.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, fact.
I read the book. And I went to, my ex at that time, and I'm like, yo.
My aunt was getting it.
My aunt is getting money. This book is basically, it's not really telling me what to do, but it's putting me in that. It's giving me some ideas. So we started researching, and that's how we started.
Wow.
How to
Thesis
pick
statement.
a 6.
When my man A Boogie said, used to go how to get a million. I used to Google it.
But hold on, I got a question in that. I don't know if you could for legal purposes. Can you talk about what year did she get locked up in?
I don't remember, but I know. I'm not sure.
Because if you started at 17, you feel me, and was she locked up like while you were 17?
No. So this probably was like, cause the book was out already. So I think she wrote the book. Cause she's older than me. She's like in her early 50s right now.
Okay.
So this was a while ago. Yeah.
Damn. So
she was actually in Danbury, the same prison I went to. It's so crazy. Because
Wow.
It's like we
Like auntie, like niece.
talk about passing the down. The reason why I say that
Shout
is
out to Michelle.
Oh my God.
the reason why I asked that is because if you think about it, back then
It wasn't lit like
we was just having a conversation about last week about like the cops would run down on you and catch people with like 30 credit cards in their pocket back in 2000.
Don't know what to
And
do.
they
They
was
don't know what to do
confused.
with it. They're looking for drugs and guns.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that means your aunt was a fucking
Had to be.
kingpin.
That was that right there. Yeah.
She had to be a kingpin to
They
like
didn't
really.
understand
They
it.
didn't for her to
They
get
didn't understand
actually
it.
caught and be like, okay, I think we know what we're doing to give her 5 years. She had to really be in the field, like.
No, like if you get that book charged into the game, her and her husband at that time is
I feel like I say that all the time. You gotta
they
charge
were
that to the
really
game.
getting it, like really getting it.
For them to know what's up, you feel me? That's
I just I read that book and I knew she was getting it. I'm like, shit, I want to get it too.
That's bad funny. Nah, that's a fact. I keep it a buck. But so here's one problem that I feel a lot of people get. Like, I feel like if you reach a certain climate, you might run into this. So your pops is a hustler, you feel me? So I'm pretty sure he probably didn't know with detail what was going on, but he probably had like an idea or understanding what's going on. But like when you in the fields, you get into a bag, how do you explain that to your mom? You feel me? How do you like, yo, mom, I'm not working right now, but I got I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm great, actually.
So
like
my
how do you get away with
that? That's so crazy. My mom is like, she's not from the streets, so she don't really
Oblivious.
Yeah, she's very oblivious to the streets, like what goes on in the street. She knows, but she's not in it.
Do you feel that broke them up, your mother and your father? Because I know that's like one big problem that.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. She was totally different, And so my mom, I basically to tell her anything, I tell her, listen, the guy I'm with, he got money. His parents got bread. He be looking out, man. Trust me.
I'm the parents.
I'm good. You good. You don't gotta worry about it. So
I'm
that's
dead.
basically. I ran with that until I got locked up.
Could you even? Like, how did
My mother's probably like, she did what?
She did, huh?
Excuse me?
No, it was really crazy because she didn't know what the hell was going on.
I know she was this.
Let me tell you something. It was so bad to the point where my stepfather, which is my ex-stepfather, my little brother's father.
Okay.
He was in the house one day, and he's on the computer. I had one of my fake credit cards by the computer. He ordered Domino's with my fake credit card. It went through. They delivered it. He thought it was mine. He like, oh, she left her card. Let me just use it.
Could you imagine if that's what have got you locked though?
No, listen.
Oh,
when
shit,
I
it
got
gets better.
arrested, the feds took him. And on my indictment was because he ordered Domino's. So he was
Wow.
he's conspired in my crime.
You know what's so funny? You're not gonna remember this, right?
And they didn't know. I felt so bad.
Like maybe like 5 years ago, we had a conversation. We was like, "Yo, why the fuck niggas always FaceTime audio when to talk about shit that ain't even that real?" Like niggas are FaceTime audio, like, "Yeah, bro, I just clapped some dominoes," and I was like, "Yo, bro, the feds are not after you because you clapped dominoes."
Right.
So little behold, the feds see you clap dominoes, and now you gotta come with us.
No, that's
And y'all thought I was crazy.
no, yes, it's real.
So all my domino clappers, beware.
Yeah, he had one line. He had one line in the indictment.
What?
Such and such ordered Domino's pizza and signed
Wow.
for the amount of $26.
He went to jail for some anchovies.
Wow. How old
That's
was he?
crazy, son.
He's like 39 or something at that time.
Oh.
40.
Yo, I would have been in the cell just like.
Like, wait till I
was so
see this girl.
confused.
I'd have been like, I ain't no snitch.
But
yo,
let me tell you about Warner. I
swear to
wait a
God.
minute. I think I'm gonna have to tell him what I know.
Listen.
What my man from Power said, I think I'm gonna have to tell him what I know.
I ain't told him nothing. Yo, that's wild. I always told people about that, son. That's wild.
We always say that.
That is funny.
Oh,
That's crazy.
that really, son, that was mad funny.
That's crazy. I used to say that.
We always had this conversation.
Anytime I'm talking about anything, I FaceTime audio somebody and they be like, you couldn't, nah.
Here's the thing, I be on to the lingo, but I'm like, yo, boy, it's just pizza, bro. Like, just steal a pizza and go. You feel me? But no, don't listen. Do not steal the pizza. Right. We steal the wild wings.
Crazy.
But anyway, so boom. So I mean, you know, the credit card scamming game, everything's like a sport. You feel me? It's a sport. Mm-hmm. So you look at certain sports, everybody has like a moment or like a game or like a situation where they're like, yo, I'm nice. Like, yo, this nigga can't guard me. I'm nice.
No, I was fucking nice.
When did you realize you was nice?
Yo.
Nigga, she said I was fucking nice.
Let me tell you something. It was to the point where you could not tell me my shit is declined. Like, no, it's my card. My card. Going to the register, and if you tell me my shit is declined, you're lying.
Call him.
Call. This is my card. No, listen, my shit, I don't like thinking about it or talk about it because I get hyped.
Yo, I'm getting.
Where you going next week?
I get.
Oh, wow. Relax.
Wow.
You gotta relax.
Six knock on wood.
You gotta relax. No, you gotta go there regardless,
but
nigga.
That's my past life, you know. And I'm happy that I could laugh about it because I overcame that, you know. And it's just, I'm excited because it was once upon a time and I didn't even want to talk about this shit. That's how you know I've grown.
Damn. So at what point it was like, yo, like, I got it.
So I knew I was lit when, first of all, we treated it like a business. You know, we hired people, fired people. You know, people stole. And,
HR.
We treated it like a business. So I knew I was lit when I was probably doing it for about 2 to 3 months. I came back. We went to every state. We went from fucking Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, Delaware. We went for 3 days. Stayed in a hotel. We had the machines in the car. We just was on the road. We came back with about 45 laptops. Apple laptops.
I was about to ask for a brand.
Yo.
Straight to the bump.
I'm lit. I'm lit. I went and cashed out on my new Mercedes-Benz.
After the first 3 months.
I was lit.
I love asking this question. What was your first... I got 2 questions. What was the first thing you ever swiped for?
The first thing was... You mean big or just
period?
You're very...
You go to Dunkin' Donuts with McDonald's. Some blanks. Oh, close enough.
I went to McDonald's. We was testing out the piece. Mm-hmm. You know, and...
Gotta see if it's on.
Yeah, that's the first time we like, oh... This is our thing. We used to be like,
let me get 6 orange juices.
This is our thing. Like, we'll be on the low. Like, if he give the card or if I give the card, we like, whoop. That mean it went through. And I'm like, oh shit.
What? Nah, that was the corniest shit I ever.
No, but it was real low, and I was waiting for the tone. Like, oh shit.
So,
we lit.
So what happened if shit not lit? What noise you like?
Nothing.
It's a skirt.
If I hear that boop, that mean that oh shit, that shit declined.
That was your first. And when the second question is, when did you realize what was the purchase that you made that really turned you onto the game? Because like a McDonald's thing, it'll probably be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. But what was the thing that you?
What turned you out?
Like, oh nah.
What turned you out?
Yeah. Excuse me. Never mind. You. What was the thing that like really made you say like, oh shit?
Yo, them Apple fucking laptop. I had them shits stacked up in my crib behind the couch. It was crazy. Like, wow. We used to just hold them like, nah, we ain't gonna cash out. Let's get another 25. We ain't gonna cash out right now. You know, it got crazy. Like, I just knew my pieces was not gonna decline. Like, I knew. You start knowing your work. You know your bends. You know, I don't know if I could say the whole terminology, but you know your shit. You know, so it's like, I know my pieces work. My piece is hitting.
You gotta manifest that. Like, yo, this is mine. Like, I know it's there, bro. Call them. So right. So outside, what was your biggest lick?
I ain't gonna front.
If you say anything past 45 laptops,
I'm like,
no. My biggest, I'm not even gonna start. My biggest lick was, I'm not gonna like say exactly. I went to a state, a state where it's hot. Everyone goes, chill. They want to have they fly outfits and they want to,
you already know.
Okay. So I was there and I'm at this hotel and I'm like, yo, they got Rolexes. Oh shit. We got 3 of them shits.
Oh wow.
We got 3 of them shits.
I ain't gonna lie. That's tough.
And
I don't know I want to word this correctly.
And listen,
on one transaction.
Can I just tell you how lit I was? I didn't even have the piece in my possession.
So how did you want to walk us through like how you did that?
Can I just speak and go off the hums?
Just remembering it or looking at my phone. Yeah. Like I was so ill. Let me tell you something. I just, how you can just like, I used to control the motherfucking person who's ringing me up mentally.
You have to.
Mentally, like
So
I used to say what it is I wanted them to do, and I swear to God, it would just transport to their mind, and they would do exactly what I say to do. Like it just became like second nature to me. Like
telekinesis of the pieces.
Oh my
God, that's the name of the episode. Telekinesis of the pieces.
I am so dead. You wrote that. You had to write that somewhere.
Like I'm controlling you. Seriously, like it was crazy. Like I'm dead controlling you with my mind. I'm telling you what it is I want you to do, and it gets done.
3 rollies, and they didn't look at you like you was.
I left the hotel. No, they didn't look at me. He was fiending. He's the one who actually made me do it because he was fiending for the charge. Like
for the commission.
It wasn't the store. It wasn't Rolex. It was like kind of like a store that it's like a consignment. They sell Birkin bags. They sell it was one of those.
Yeah.
But it was in the hotel. I left the hotel after.
As you should.
I was out.
I didn't even want to go upstairs to get my bag.
Let's make like a banana and
get my car. Bring the bags down. We going to another one hotel. I can't stay here.
I'm done.
I'm fucking what? As you should. But so let's move in a slightly different direction, right? So you lit, you get into the bag, life is good. Did that alter or challenge or in any way, shape, or form make your romantic relationships a little difficult? Because, I mean, let's be honest, like, especially like at that time being, it wasn't too much. Even if niggas wasn't that field, it probably wasn't quite at that bracket. You know what I'm saying? So, like, was it a little hard for you to mingle around that time, or you ain't really give a fuck who you was fucking with? Like, how did that work?
Well, no, I was in a relationship.
Okay.
I was in a relationship, and honestly, like, now looking at it, I'm like, yo, you know what? I think me and him was attracted to with each other was the hustle. We probably wasn't even, because we were so young, but his hustle and my hustle, that's what we both loved about each other. You know what I mean? Like, it probably wasn't even like love like that. It was that hustle. It was like, damn, he's a go-getter. She's a go-getter. Like, she know how to bring that back.
Looks good on paper. Okay. Okay. I ain't mad at that.
Yes.
I ain't mad at that. So that dreadful day comes, right? So you do get caught eventually. Mm-hmm. You get charged. You get arrested. Go to jail.
How?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Walk us through that day. So walk us through that day. You got locked initially or arrested. How did that go?
And I've been to jail twice, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why. I have a reason why. Huh?
No, go ahead.
I mean, I have my reasons, and it's so crazy that I thought like that at that moment, at that time. I would never think like that now because I'm just a totally different person. Like, I'm totally different. You know what I mean? Like, I'm happy today that I can actually walk straight without looking over my shoulders, like, and drive a Bentley and not have to feel like, damn, they watching me. Like, so that life is great. Anyways, that day was kind of crazy because I didn't know it was happening. They just came to my house. My mother didn't even know I was doing anything. So they banging on the door. You know how they come. You know how the feds come. 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. You sleep. I'm knocked out. My mother like, who the hell is knocking on my door? I'm like, yo, I'm waking him up like, yo.
How old were you when you first got caught?
I was 19.
So 17 to 19. Damn.
I had a short little run. Not really, because I went back to doing what I was doing, but Yeah.
17 and 19, so in that 2 year span. All right, so you never moved out. You stayed with moms. Right.
No, okay. So when I got in trouble. Mm-hmm. He got in trouble actually, and we had to stay. We had a place in Long Island, but we had to stay in New York because he had to stay in New York. Okay. Probation. Okay. So we were basically telling them that we live with my mom. Okay. And we had a place out there, so we would be like back and forth. Okay, gotcha. So they knew that address in New York. I mean, in Brooklyn, they knew about that address. So they knew he was there because the day before that they called him into probation. He had another charge, not outside of credit card fraud. And this was something totally different. Something happened before I even met him. Okay. So he was already on probation.
Was he older than you?
Yeah, about 2 years older than me. Yeah. So he switched his probation to my mom's house so we could be together. And we bought a place. We had a place in Long Island. We was just basically back and forth. So they came to my mother's house.
For him or for you?
For both of us.
Oh, so they knew it was cool. Now. Okay.
This is a different charge. This is for the credit card. Now, how I got caught, I never got caught. That's why I say I think I went back and did what I did because we didn't get caught for what we did. We actually got caught because our connect, he was located in China. Oh. That's where we was getting our stuff from, China. So they was basically shipping it to New York. Mm-hmm. Now, the shit, we wasn't buying nothing from out here because they was whack. China, it was lit, it was pieces was hitting, So the person in China got in trouble. They started watching him. So the package, Customs stopped the package. So when Customs stopped the package, they opened it, they see what was in it, and they let it keep going. However, we didn't know it got stopped. They seen it was cards in there. So that's how they basically knew. They knew where it was going to. They followed us from that day, and they was following us for about 4 or 5 months.
Damn. They
so
talk
that's
about
how
feds taking pictures.
Oh man, crazy. Now, that day was real crazy because we didn't expect. We didn't expect to get. We didn't know. It was we didn't feel nothing. We didn't know, and they came. They arrested all of us. They arrested my stepfather for pizza. They arrested.
This nigga just wanted some wings.
What the fuck is going on?
Yo, can you imagine that though? Can you imagine if they arrest and you didn't do anything? What are y'all talking about, bro?
On. He did not know. He's like, yo, why? He didn't even really say nothing. He just like, the fuck, like.
What I do?
What the fuck I do? Like,
all I did was slip.
Crazy.
I'm sick of this fucking family.
Yo.
So they took me in and. I went to, what's crazy? They took me to the fucking, I'm in the back of some unmarked, it was Secret Services. They take me to the fucking Marriott downtown Brooklyn. So I'm like, why are we going, what the hell is this? Ain't the court somewhere?
What building is across, well, now across the street.
Yeah, now I know, but they have, the Secret Service have like a, build like a little
underground
tunnel. Type of tunnel, like a just like cells and stuff.
I was just telling my shorty about when you go to bookings, when they take you into jail, like it's really like a you feel like a runaway slave because they bring you they don't even when you go to bookings they don't even I can't speak for everybody's experience, but they didn't even bring me to like a driveway. They parked around the corner and like made us walk down the block. And then you go down. It's like a long ass driveway, and then you go around. And when you get into the drive, it's like a feel like you're in a castle because you go down the driveway. You look up, and it's just the buildings. It's just it's like in the middle of the courthouse. Like there's a hole in the middle of the court, and because that's a whole court building.
My experience is a little different.
Crazy.
So they brought me. So they bring you in the back way, and then as soon as I walked in. I just hear niggas barking. I just hear niggas screaming. I see niggas sitting in cells. I'm like,
yo, what? Like,
the smell. Yo, this ain't even about me.
No,
the smell, son. Oh my gosh, the way you look, yo. Prison reform needs to be real.
No,
son.
Seriously.
For real.
Seriously.
Like right about now, if you was to just go close to that vicinity, you're catching COVID.
Yeah. Fuck it.
And asbestos. You feel me?
Oh my God. Yeah. So they bring you through the Underground Railroad.
Yo, for real.
And then what? So how did what
the
happened?
Marriott. We was at the Marriott.
We at the Marriott. So I now they asking me questions, and what's crazy? These motherfuckers is dirty. They go to him. Now he know me. He know I'm. I know him. He know me. They go to him. They like, yo. She told us you the big dog. you taught her how to do this, then you know she's not taking a rap for you. She's not going down for you. You know, he like, oh, they come to me. He told me that you taught him the game. You the big dog. I'm like, okay. So when they seen that they wasn't getting nothing from us, we was in there for like 10 minutes and they took us to the courts. I got out. You know, that was my first time ever being arrested.
For
never
anything.
been fingerprinted, never nothing. You know, so I just needed signatures, and with him, he had a federal charge. He needed a house. He needed bond. It was difficult.
So his first case was a federal.
Yes,
oh,
it was
okay.
a gun charge.
Okay, so
Yeah.
now
So he had another federal, so they had to take him back. He stayed in there for a couple of months until he got his bail situated. But I came right out.
Okay. So
Now I came out when they took everything. I came out to nothing. Them motherfuckers took jeans, coats, bags,
So
shoes.
wait, so while y'all at the
Marriott,
They raiding the house.
They
They taking everything.
what?
Yo, down to like I had like Gucci panties and bras. They took it because they had the tags on.
they
it.
out there
Like
sniffing them.
they took it.
They was horny.
God damn.
Yo, it was
God damn
crazy. Like they took everything.
What? Yo, wow. So you get out. So I ain't want you to say nothing. I want it to be a surprise, but you said it. So you actually go back in after you get out.
You didn't do. So wait, you didn't do time for this first arrest.
No, you know what? With the feds, you be on pretrial.
Mm-hmm.
So I was basically out for about 2 years
Oh, you was
before
out-
they even sentenced me.
Oh, okay. So 19. So from 19. So this is arrested at 19. So 21, they sentenced you.
Yeah, they sentenced me only because I got in trouble. I basically violated. You know what I mean? So that's when they brought my case back up. You know how they stall the process, trying to keep you on pretrial and see if you get in trouble.
Again.
So they could, you know. Because they know their average percentage of who goes back, like,
Is very high.
is very high.
Yeah.
You know, so
So in that 2-year span, you still wilding.
wilding.
Oh boy.
So walk us through that. Walk us from the day you leave to the day you go back.
Oh wow.
Walk us through that.
You know, so I leave. And,
He's in there.
Now, mind you, I'm in there. I leave, and I'm like, damn. I come home. I don't have no bread. I'm like, they took everything.
Not the iPads.
They took iPads. They took my computers. They took my fucking TVs. How you get the TVs off the wall?
Oh my God.
Niggas came with Chrome.
Yeah. Shout outs to Chrome.
Shout out to Chrome.
Chrome working for the feds.
Niggas say, yo, Chrome, take this
It's funny,
TV off
nigga.
the
Chrome
wall.
got about. You know what? I'm not even gonna say that.
Yo, they took everything. So it's crazy because my little brother, he was 2 years old at that time. I'm sitting there, I'm on the floor, and I'm like, yo, I don't have no money. I'm basically like crying, like, what the fuck I'm gonna do? This is crazy. Now, they said I could not even stay at my mother's house because now I got this apartment in this condo in Long Island.
And they don't know about that.
They don't know about that.
Okay.
But I couldn't tell them about that.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And they told me I had to go to my grandmother's house because my co-defendant, the person who ordered the pizza, was living at my mom's. So you can't live with your co-defendant. So now my mother's going crazy like, oh, my baby can't live here. This
I
is
would have kicked that
crazy."
nigga out. The fuck you mean my daughter can't stay?
No,
nigga, you
listen.
gotta go.
You and your fucking child.
Fuck out of here.
listen,
Even
my
damn
mom-
baby boy.
My mom felt like that, but I was like, nah, I can't do that. Like, you know, it was, I left the card there, but he shouldn't have used it. But I didn't tell them what I was doing. Like, I felt like it was my fault. You know what I mean? I'm like,
What was mom's reaction? Because
it
this
was
is
like,
4 o'clock in the morning. Somebody come banging on my door. And it's the feds. I need answers.
I'm gonna be like, what?
my mother's like, what happened? Why y'all here? Like, my mother, she ain't in the streets, but she a little gangster.
thorough.
Like,
Alright,
she
yeah.
like, yo, like,
ain't no
why
pussy.
y'all here? Not like that.
Yeah,
But
we know.
not like this, but
We
up,
know.
nigga?
Like, you got something you want to say?
right. So, you know, she held it down, even though she didn't know what the fuck was going on. She pretended like, listen, I'm on my daughter's side, I'm on my baby, whatever it is, like, you know, I'm with you. We'll talk about it later. We ain't gonna let these people see us fold
Gangster.
or nothing. We ain't gonna show no reaction to these people while they here. We gonna talk
Straight.
about all that when you get home.
Did?
She gave me that, so I felt like, thank you, Mom. Thank you.
I'm fucking dead.
Now, when you got home,
Now, when I got home, you know, we spoke about it. However, I paid all my mother bills.
okay.
She ain't have to do anything. I said, any money that you make, put in the bank, save it. So she had her money, but I paid all the bills, so she didn't have to worry about nothing. So, I mean, it's like I kind of lay rules down too a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I pay the bills in
Fact,
here.
nigga.
Stepdaddy don't even gotta
Let
pay
your
the
nuts
bills.
hang, sweetheart.
So
Don't touch my fucking milk and leave that cereal too,
Nigga.
Nah, I wasn't like that.
Order some pizza again if you gangster.
Yo, I can't with y'all. So I had to stay at my grandmother's house. I got a little job. I started working out of real estate, and it was cool. I was making money. I was doing rentals, and I was getting 40% off the deal, whatever the rental sold at. And I was doing for the most part, and then bills start to accumulate. I got this crib out there. And I got other stuff. We got cars. I'm driving a 650. He got an S550. We got about 4 cars.
They didn't take the cars?
They took it and brought it back. Yeah.
They do that.
But they kept your panties?
I'm fucking
defense.
Some nut-ass young bulls.
Oh my God. Some nut-ass young bulls.
You beat me to it. Yo, they some nut-ass young
I'm telling you, they out
bulls.
there sniffing your shit.
The feds, they don't want the V. You want to smell your
Yo,
balls.
Give me a fucking
Yo, the
boomers.
feds is some nut-ass young bulls.
Yeah, they kept the panties. They gave me back the car.
Yo, take the panty and left the car now.
Yo, let me tell you, it was crazy because they took all 4 cars, right? So one of the detectives, I'm at my grandmother's house. It's been like a week. I have no car yet. I don't even think they bringing it back. I don't know what's going on. He calls me, the detective. I'm like, hello? He's like, this is Detective such and such. I'm like, hey? I'm like, this nigga gonna tell me I gotta go back to jail? The fuck is going on?
Yeah, like, what you calling me for?
He like, we about to be there to return your car. I'm like, okay. What car? He's like, we have 4 cars. We're gonna return them in about 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, thank you. I got off the phone. I was like, I'm like, yo, they breaking my cars back. Now I'm not broke no more.
Shit, now you more, bro. You gotta pay
fuck
for this
that,
shit.
I'm not broke no more.
Fucking dead, son.
So I'm looking out the window the whole time for 10 minutes. It felt like a year. Yo, I see it was about 5 of them. Each one of them driving the car. It was 2 in one car and 1 in the other car.
Niggas was doing donuts.
Niggas was wild.
In Green Acres parking
I
lot.
had a flat in the 650. I had a fucking flat in the truck, the Wrangler. Like, I'm like, yo.
Nah, imagine you hit him with the. I didn't give you out a car like this though.
Dead ass.
Niggas would have said,
you got some nerve.
you got
No,
some.
seriously. No, but it's so crazy because after that, I sold one of the cars. I'm like, I gotta get some money, so I sold one of the cars for about $25,000, and I don't know what the hell they did. This person who purchased the car, it was so hard for him to register the car. They like put a lien or they did something. They did something to the car. Well, I was able to get that situated, but they just try to make your life extremely difficult. You know what I mean? And I said, I can't do this no more. This working shit, these people, this ain't for me right now. This money, my bills I can't do it. And plus, the whole time I'm thinking like, I didn't even get caught for nothing that I did. I got caught for the Chinese man. The fuck? I didn't do anything, So that's a crazy way to think, and I would never think like that now.
What were they trying to charge you with the possession of instruments?
Grand larceny.
Let me tell you something. My charge was credit card fraud. That's it.
It's so funny because
it's just blatant. Like I couldn't even say.
That's what because she said they got intercepted.
No, that charge. What was the charge you just said?
I said grand
instruments.
I wish you would have said that because I could have made up. Like you get in trouble. You be like, no, that was something. I was selling fake CDs.
Yeah. They said, nah, this is bold. This nigga be scamming.
Yeah, like. It's crazy. Like, what? Y'all couldn't give me another charge with some words that you don't know what it really means.
Yeah, you gotta Google that shit. Like, somebody called a lawyer, ask him what this means.
What year was this?
This was in 2009.
2009? Mm-hmm. Oh, you was light years ahead of the game.
I was early.
Fuck me. I was in the game early.
Oh no,
early.
We didn't get hit until when I say hit.
What do you mean we?
Our generation.
Okay, what do you
our
mean
generation.
I go to church. I go to church.
They didn't get hit until about 2012,
11, 12.
I came home.
I say like 12.
2012.
12.
It was like when niggas really got hip to that shit.
So yeah, that's like when I started back up again. It was in 2012, and everyone was doing it.
Yeah. Oh
That
yeah.
shit was like,
now it's
I
hot.
wasn't low no more.
Now they down,
Shit,
nigga.
my workers who I had, they trying to
They
do
the
their own
bosses.
thing. Like,
I'm
like,
dead.
You work, nigga. You said when you the plug.
no,
You
no,
need
no.
a sex.
No. My shit was hitting. They was always coming back.
Nigga said, since when you the
my shit
plug?
was hitting.
Just teach me the game, go.
Teach me the fuck.
What you talking about?
Oh
my shit
shit!
was
So
bad.
that's 20. You sold the car, 25,000. You decided that you needed
Took
to
that
go.
money, got me my shit back
Got
up.
a SETI
They
back
took
up.
the machines. I bought it back. Got everything. I invested back into my business,
Support black business, ladies and gentlemen.
my poor black business. And you know what's so crazy? It's like I never was taught how to start a business, what to do, how to structure a business. But I actually was. That was a business. That really was a business. You know what I mean? And I look back at it like, yo, the way I structured that shit, crazy.
I'm glad. You know what's so funny? Regular civilians really think scamming is just like you just wake
No,
up
that
and
shit
just.
is a- no.
That's a
scamming is
fucking
hard.
job.
It's not even.
So I've heard.
Nigga, that shit is harder than a real job.
It's
allegedly,
a fucking job.
allegedly, I heard it's harder than going to a real 9 to
Yo,
5.
that shit is it's stressful.
Hell yeah! What?
Now, you gotta watch out for the people that stealing from you. The people that work for you. You gotta watch out for the police. You gotta watch. It's so much. You gotta play all parts.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Difficult, you know.
Sorry, so you get back into the game. How do you get caught for real this time?
When you said he only did a couple months, right?
Yeah.
So when he came home-
when he came home, I had everything lined up for him.
Okay.
It was
Mood.
lit. He didn't have to do nothing. Had everything back up, and it's so fucked up because I say like, damn, what if he didn't even want to get back in the game? What if he was done? I just like,
Oh, you was Tasha. I'm trying to be a governor. You're like, what? Niggas sell
All
drugs.
these fucking bricks, nigga.
I'm like, yo, I feel so bad. Like I'm like, yo, look, I got everything laid out. That's what we doing. We in Long Island now. We in our crib. We feel comfortable.
I know how I feel about Long Island.
How you feel about Long
I
Island?
love Long Island.
Really? You feel like you moved up when you in Long Island. You come from Brooklyn.
Shit.
You go to Long Island. You moved
I
up.
tell my Long Island stories later.
Everybody was moving to Jersey. I'm like, I want to move on the other side. I want to move to Long Island.
Yeah.
So, we was chilling out there. Things was good. I had my cars. Now we kind of, at this time, we upgrading cars now. We getting better cars. We getting different cars. And things is lit. I never really got caught. Like, to answer your question, I never really got caught, like, in the stores. It was just violation. It was just bullshit violations because I didn't want to follow the fucking probation, you know? I just was, like, doing my own thing. Like, don't leave the state. I leave the state. Not only did I leave the state, but it was people, I had haters out there. People was calling my probation officer anonymously.
No, they did not.
Let me tell you something. One time I had to go to court, and I hope whoever fucking did that is watching or hearing. I went to court, and the probation officer called me. She's like, she's like, hey, did you go to Miami? I'm like, Miami? When? Matter of fact, no, I'm lying. Let me back up. I was in Miami.
What's
She
Miami?
calls me. Right.
What country
she
is
calls
that?
Me. Like, yeah, she calls me and she's like, hey, did you go to Miami? Mind you, I'm in Miami. I'm like, Miami? No. First of all, I do not like flying. I'm afraid of airplanes, and no, I did not go to Miami. I would love to go to Miami one day when I get over my fear, but no, I did not. She's like, okay, come to my office on Monday. I'm like, damn, this bitch calling me on a Saturday? Like, what? I left on Sunday. My flight was really to come back on that Wednesday, but I left. Went to the office. She's like, you have court on Tuesday. I'm like, what?
Yeah, like, why I got caught on Tuesday?
She put me in front of the judge. Yo, my judge, Judge Johnson, I would never forget this. He said, okay, so you mean to tell me someone called anonymously. He said anonymously. And said she was in Miami. He said, where's the proof? Show me the tickets. Where's her in the airport? Show me something. She's like, the probation officer is like, well, the person just called anonymous. They didn't say, they just told us. So we have to bring this. He's like, okay, get this out of my courtroom, please. He didn't want to hear it. He like, show me the fucking proof.
Thank you,
telling me
Mr.
that-
Johnson.
I'm thinking she was about to bust out a projector.
Like,
No, she
Fountain
didn't.
LeBlue. Fountain LeBlue.
No, but let me tell you, the bitch
KOD,
told
the
me.
yams.
The bitch told me that she had proof. She said, "I see you with pictures under a palm tree." No, you did not see me under no pictures or no, because I didn't
Bitch,
take
I'm in
pictures
Brownsville.
like that.
Got it.
I didn't even take a picture like that. But I was happy. I'm like, yo, the judge said, get out.
This is a shout out to Mr. Johnson.
That's wow.
No, that's serious. So I was like, whoever the fuck called. I wish I knew who called.
So you was getting so it was violations more so.
It was just build up. And then it was like he caught violations, and then they found out we were living in Long Island, not living where we were supposed to live, and it was just a bunch of stuff to the point where they got sick of it. She's like, listen, you have to go in. The judge's like, you have to go in for 2 years and finish out your probation, and we're gonna terminate your probation. That was the best thing, though. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Oh yeah, because you.
It was either, let me tell you, it was either do 12 months in prison and then do my probation over. So I had to do another 3 years when I came out, or do 2 years flat and I'm done with probation forever. Yeah. Now, if I would have taken the 12 months and did my 3 years over, I probably could have violated for anything.
Probably
a
would
fucking
have violated. Speeding ticket, anything. I'm like, yo,
I just got to be done with these people. Like, and that was the best decision. It was a hard decision because I'm got to do 2 years in jail. Who wants to do fucking 1 day in jail?
Was it like you had to
24
do 2
months?
flat?
Well, with the feds, you do 80% of your time. So I did 20 months exactly. Yeah. So that was hard, but I did it.
You did
it. It's over. Now, looking back at it, it's like, oh shit, that time went quick. But in that moment, it's like, fuck.
Ain't nothing quick about right? That's the second time.
Wait, that's the second time?
Yeah.
Wait, what was the first time? Oh, the first time was just the arrest.
Yeah. Oh no. I'm sorry, I skipped. The first time I did 16 months.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's 16 months.
We started
talking about jail sentences.
I had to do 16 months for that sentence. One time, because I started getting violated and all this shit was happening. So they just sentenced me to 6 months and 3 years probation. So during that probation time, I still was doing shit. They violated me again and terminated the probation and gave me 2 years. So altogether, I did 5 years.
God damn. Now talk about your time in jail.
God damn it, black man.
How was it in jail?
I always hear the feds is like the Marriott, real Marriott.
Yeah, so I went to jail twice. So I went to 2 different facilities. The first time I was in Alderson. That's where Martha Stewart was at. So they called it Camp Cupcake.
Yeah, you was lit.
Not Camp Cupcake.
That's what
they was out there gardening this shit.
That's what they called it.
Oh my God.
I mean, it was like.
That's one in Virginia?
In Virginia.
I heard like the biggest jail in the country.
No, that shit is huge. Like, we gotta walk like a mile to go eat.
God,
what?
Damn.
To eat?
I came back skinny as fuck.
Nigga say you go there hungry eating. Walk your food off.
Walk your food off.
No, dead ass. By the time you get back,
you hungry again.
Jesus Christ. And they give y'all a bus?
Bus for what? Nigga?
So you mean you gotta walk in the summertime
nigga,
in Virginia?
This is jail, nigga.
Heat, yo.
Fuck that! No! I didn't sign up for this.
With them big ass boots on.
Oh.
Them big ass combat boots on, or them.
My job. She has on the Prada combat boots right now.
She got on the Call of Duty. She got on the
fucking nerve.
The Call of Duty.
I feel like, damn, yo, that's what remind me. Remind me of the motherfucker.
I'm fucking dead.
So y'all had to walk that. So you had to walk the Green Mile.
Yes. To get food. CDR. That's what they called it. CDR.
So that was the 16 months 6 months you served in Virginia.
16 months.
Oh, 16 months in Virginia.
That's where I met my best friend Aisha Hall.
Okay.
And she actually helped me write my book. She was a co-author of my book.
What was she in for? Can you talk about that?
No, I can talk about it. She has a show on BET, American Gangster. She's coming up here next.
Yeah, she. I wasn't gonna tell. He didn't know yet. He didn't know yet. Why? You can't hold water, son.
Damn.
You can't hold nothing. Yeah, she's covering up.
Wait, that news! I just saw the commercial with it's like the all-female gangsters that they doing.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I just see the commercial last night.
Yes,
that's gangster.
You're out of line. You're out of line.
Oh, it's lit. That's right, gangster.
I didn't even tell him yet.
That's right, gangster.
Damn, I'm sorry.
It's alright.
I'm sorry. Let me give y'all some surprises. Well, some surprises.
Well, shit, he already did. Yeah, so she's the co-author of your book.
Yeah, so she actually did 10 years in federal prison.
Shit. Okay. Don't say it.
Okay, so I won't talk about her.
She gonna say what she gonna say when she say it.
Okay.
So yeah, she's dope. She wrote a ton of books, and she actually helped me. This book is like healing to me. You know what I mean? Like you sometimes when you have so much thoughts in your head, and it's like you don't know how to get them out or even who to speak to. You know, like I'm very big on like trust. Like, I don't trust everyone to speak on my business or even so me writing on a piece of paper everything that I experienced and able to put it into a book was like a healing process for me. Like, that was just
So you turned your journaling into a book. That's dope.
You did.
That's definitely dope.
Absolutely,
So you get out of jail now. You feel me? Me personally, I believe everybody's entitled to a second chance.
Right.
The law in the states don't usually agree to that.
They don't.
It's really, really hard for people in general to navigate through society after they get out of jail.
No, exactly.
You know, the way they set it up is almost like you have no choice but to go back. Because what are your options really? So describe to me what it was like for you when you came out. How was that? Was it difficult for you, or did you just navigate right through that?
So the last time. So now, basically now. So basically, right before I went in, I met this guy, and we was kicking it for about a couple of months before I went in. And when I went inside, I didn't know he was gonna be there. I'm like,
what do you mean be there?
For me,
be there for you.
How the fuck you here, CO?
Like, what you mean be there?
Like, so wait, we broke up with
Oh yeah, I broke up with him.
Oh, okay.
We
You're phased out.
It ran its course. Like it. So I met a new guy, and I didn't know he was going to be there for me while I was incarcerated because we just kind of met. But he was there. Like, I looked on the computer, and that he put $500 on it, and I'm like, oh shit, the hell? Okay. So he okay.
Noted.
Then I'm like, damn, he don't even know I got to do 2 years though. Shit, I didn't tell him that.
Oh, you didn't tell him that?
No, I didn't.
Yo!
I'm not telling you.
Oh my
God. Let me tell you.
Hey, when you coming home? Soon.
Yes, soon. I read the soon.
Before you know it.
Yes. I mean, I was still kind of fighting it a little bit, So he was fighting it with me, the case, and he paid for lawyers, and he had made everything smooth for me, like extremely smooth. So when I came home,
it was lit.
He was there, and I'm the type of girl, like, I don't want to. First of all, he held me down while I was in prison. I'm not gonna come home and take. I want whatever it is that you got going on. I want to add to it.
Gotcha.
I want to build. I want to help you.
Assets,
I don't want to just take from you. Now it's like that's not me. So I started my company, the Real Credit Pro. Now the way that and that's with Aisha Hall as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's my best friend. We kind of do a lot together.
The Real Credit Pro.
Yeah, the Real Credit Pro. Yeah. So
what is that?
I know you're thinking like.
No, wait, don't even say it.
I know you're thinking. I know. But let me tell you how it started.
What is it though?
I do credit repair.
I fucked you up before. Let me make it right. Let me make it right.
No. Listen.
This is the ultimate.
Irony was a person.
This is the ultimate. Let me explain.
Let me tell you something.
Listen to this. Yo.
Let me tell you something. Okay, so while I was in prison, we started a group, Pink Panther Clique. It was to help females transition.
Lies. It was a gang. It's a joke.
Just kidding.
It was a little gang.
She said we used to get it in.
Shake them bitches.
Not like that. It was a group of girls. We all came from the same place, and we genuinely wanted to help because one person, like, everyone was going home at different times, and they would share their experience when they went home. It's extremely fucking hard. Like, it's difficult trying to adapt back into society and trying to, especially when you used to making money and then you're not making that money no more. Like, that's hard on its own. You know what I mean?
How many years did Aisha have when you came in?
I met her maybe after she'd been in there about a year. So we stayed in contact.
So she had 9 more to go.
Yeah. I sent her money. I was we did the whole 9 years I was there for her.
Got you. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
She had to serve 9?
She did 10 and a half, exactly.
In there?
In jail.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Lord have mercy.
When you see her, you're going to be like, damn, she don't even look like she did a day in jail.
You don't look like what you've been through.
Because you less stressed up there. I already did the crap. Listen, when you get into some trouble, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. When you get into some trouble with the law, that whole time you waiting on trial and all that other extra shit, that is probably the most stressful shit in your life. Yeah, and then when you get your sentence, it's like,
relief.
I'm relaxed.
You don't know what you're up against.
I'm here. I got nothing to do but
you start Googling, like, how long does it take to walk to Switzerland? Walk to Switzerland.
You got nothing to do but relax now. So, of course, you in jail. It's like, you go get that fountain of youth. Stress add ages on to your years. You feel me?
That's true. That's true. You know, so we started this group, not a gang. We started this group, Pink Panther Clique, and it was dope because we was helping, you know, females transition back from being in prison to society. And so long story short, I was home one day with my friend Aisha Hall, and she was sending the girls money. It was about 4 girls that she was really close with in prison. So mind you, she just came home, so she didn't really have it like that. She got 4 Western Union sheets, and she got $40 on each one. And I'm like, damn, you sending them the money or whatever? She's like, yeah, I mean, I don't really got it, but I was supposed to send it to them last week. I feel bad, I gotta send it. I'm like, shit. I'm like, yo, listen, we should figure out something that we can do for them that can help them when they come home. Like, we know they good in prison. They gonna eat. They give you 3 motherfucking meals. I'd rather help them for when they come home, you know, some type of way. You know, my friend Aisha taught me how to do credit. So I fixed my credit, got my credit top notch. That's how I was able to start my company, write my book, and, you know. And I'm like, yo, why don't we fix their credit? You know, so when they come home, they can get a loan and they can start up a business or do something, you know, because everybody know you coming home from prison, it's hard to get a job. You got a felony on your record.
So all jokes aside, you didn't before you went into jail, before you came out of jail, you had no interest in like credit or anything like that, or even knowing how to fix it or do anything.
Let me tell you something. I didn't know anything about credit. My father used to be like, yo, you need to
cash
your
is
credit.
king.
Like, I just paid for my cards. I did everything with cash. I didn't know nothing about credit.
Cash is
you
king.
know, so when I came home, when I was really in need and I didn't have the funds that I used to have, I started looking up stuff and researching and even learning a bunch of stuff in prison. Like, I learned so much in prison from the females that was in there, you know. So she taught me, she's like, yo, fix your credit. I had a couple things on my credit. I fixed it. I got me a loan. And I'm like, yo, let's do that for the girls that's coming home. So we did that for about 7-8 girls. They home now. They doing extremely well. One got a spa. One do lashes. One do fat cavitation. She got the machines. Like, they all doing great.
The fuck is wrong with us?
I was about to say something, but I ain't even funny. I ain't gonna put that into the atmosphere.
You crazy.
But we ain't going to the right place.
Yo, what? So, you know,
maybe
that was
should,
better.
I ain't gonna say it.
You know, maybe that was better than giving them her last $40. She was able to help them for the long run. You know what I mean? So we did that, and I'm like, yo, our phones is ringing left and right. They're telling their boyfriends is telling, like, everyone is just telling. Now, this is way before we posted on Instagram. It was just like family, like their family, friends. Everyone is calling us for credit repair. I'm like, yo, we should start a business doing this. Now, my friend Aisha used to do credit repair before she started her company that led her to prison.
Okay.
So I used to be like, bitch, if you stayed doing credit repair, you wouldn't have been to prison.
Yeah.
You know, so we actually started a full-fledged credit repair company. It's called The Real Credit Pro. Now, it's great because I take what I've learned, like, on the dark side, like being in a game, and I flip it. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it's one thing that we have that no other company have out there is, you know, me being in prison, and I understand what it's like, you know, because I was a scammer once. So there's a dark web, we all know that, you know, where people can buy people's social security numbers. You can buy any information. I can purchase your information for $10 on the web, right? So I basically use what I used to do and I flipped the game. So I use that against the credit bureaus to get information deleted off the credit report. So if I go into the dark web and I can prove that this person's information has been compromised, however, 90%, 95% of everyone's social has been compromised on the dark web. Like, I can go and buy anyone's social. So if I can prove that this information is lingering on the web, I can get the stuff removed. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm flipping the game.
Can you back up?
Relax, Milk Dud.
You're out of line.
Because I'm about to give her my social.
Oh my God.
I mean, yeah, like if you can prove to them that your social's been compromised, then you can remove whatever's on your credit. You know, so I use, and it's so crazy that I say that because I really use what I used to do and flipped it. So
that's
like
what it's about.
Positive, you know?
That's what it's about.
And sometimes I think like, damn, was I supposed to go to jail? All of this bullshit just so I could learn certain stuff now. You know what I mean? Because let me tell you, the one thing in prison that I can say is that I was able to get to learn me and understand who I am. You know what I mean? Because you're so distracted on the outside. It's like, you don't ever have time for yourself. It's so much shit going on.
Yeah.
Mommy calling you, your kids calling you. some drama over here, your friend calling you about her man. Like, when do you ever sit down and meditate? That's why meditation is so important, you know? And when you're in prison, you don't have nothing to stress over besides you going home. So all you think about is how you want your life to be, or your past experience, or what you... So when I was in prison, I tried not to think about my past. I tried to think about my future. And I tried to basically speak my life into existence. Like, okay, when I get home, this is exactly what it is I'm going to be doing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to front. Like, I basically, like, mentally told myself how my life was going to be, and it's all playing a part now. You know what I mean? Like, I said to myself, I'm going to be on TV because my story has to be told. It's someone out there, and look, I just did a TV show. You know what I mean? I didn't know how it was going to happen, when it was going to happen, if it was going to happen, but I put it out there in the universe.
Okay.
You know?
So you just motivated me, OD, just now.
To do what?
Never again.
To do what?
You see?
Nah,
like,
like,
at first it was like on some, you know, I was getting it, I was doing credit card fraud, and you know, but now it's like
it's more so on the aspect of, like, I'm really just sitting back thinking, like, I don't know if everybody in here believes in God, you feel me? But I'm a big believer in God and in faith. And, you know, sometimes you think about all the trials and tribulations that you go through, and majority of the times you never, of course, when the heat is on,
right?
It's like, man,
what the fuck?
But can I stop you really quickly? Listen, when some bullshit is happening in my life right now, I'd be like, yo, I can't wait for the good to happen. Something good about to happen, because it always happens like that. Like, you have to go through stuff for the good to happen.
You gotta go through things to grow through things.
Exactly.
That's in the book? That's in the book?
Things to, no, I didn't.
Let
me write that down.
Man, yo, make sure I get my credit.
No, seriously, you have to go through things to grow through things.
So I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, damn, son, like, you really, in the heat of the moment, like, you're really down on yourself. You're like, fuck this, that, and the other. And you don't really get that moment of clarity. Like, you don't even realize, like, the rainbow at the end of the tunnel, or sometimes that God is really building you up for certain things. Like, and a lot of people, like, wow, so like, that shit is... And you know what's funny? I'm reading the book of Job right now. Somebody had brought it up, you feel me? And it was talking about with God, you know, putting him through the fire, and you don't even really know what's really at the end of that tunnel. Like, you really don't know what God is really building you up for, as long as you have that faith and that strength. By faith, bro. And I know right now you would not take back anything. I can't speak for you, but I know if I was you, I would have taken back nothing that happened to me. Like,
yo, listen, I learned so much. You learn from experience. You know what I mean? Like, you have to go through things to understand and learn. And that was my whole life. Like, I went through bullshit. I went through so much shit. Like, back and forth to prison. Like, people look at me like, damn, you was in prison. You don't even look like that. Like, but that's a stereotype.
Yeah, but what does niggas that go to prison look like?
I'm supposed to have braids.
You feel?
Like,
sorry,
I hate when people say that. Like,
I'm sorry, I come out of shackles.
Beautiful women in prison.
Shanking
nigga, what? You ain't see that picture with the girls in the feds? They was fire.
Yes.
I'm not gonna hold you up. Now that you on the show and you gotta pay attention to our show now, the Fric Frac NYC show. Wait till you see one of our episodes and what one of our guests look like, and she served time too. So we definitely could testify to that, right?
Yeah. I was like, man, what episode he talk about? I just remember.
You feel me? You could definitely testify. Some bad women in fucking in jail.
Seriously, like. They was getting it, like, especially the feds. I ain't gonna front. I was happy I went to the feds, though. I went with the big dogs. I was able to learn some shit. You know, if I would have went to the state, you would have been going through bullshit, like, you know. But
definitely
like you trying to be blood, bitch?
Yo, seriously, like,
what was popping, pussy?
What's popping, nigga? Oh my
I ain't gonna front. You know what I walked
what's cracking, ho?
When I walked in the feds, yo, the first thing they said, and that's how I met Aisha too. They all screamed out. I walked out. I was 19 years old, mad young. Got my pillow. They gave me the panties, the bra, the socks, you know, a little deodorant. I walk in there with my bag. They all like, fresh meat.
Like, oh, she thick.
I'm like, right.
Like, y'all worse than niggas.
I'm like, the fuck they mean fresh meat? But you know, I had to hold it down. I had to. Yeah. I wasn't showing no fear. Like, yeah, bitch, come to me. What happened? You know?
Oh my God. I'm still from the East at the end of the day.
Right.
So, question, right? So looking back at it now that you have the mental you have now, is there anything you wish you probably would have did different with your money at the time? Maybe certain things you probably wish you didn't buy or invest in, or certain things you wish you did buy and invest in? Like, what was like, damn, I had this bread, I could have did that and I'd have been here, or maybe I shouldn't have did that and I'll be where I need to be. You got any situations or thoughts like that?
No, absolutely. You know, I had so much money, like, You know, I still haven't touched that money that I had before. You know what I mean? Now, and I'm legal. I still haven't touched that.
How
that
much
amount
money we
of
talk about? Let's give us a glimpse.
I didn't have so much money.
Oh,
but
now
I
niggas
mean,
want to be modest so bad. I mean, I didn't have that much.
It's a 10 clip.
but there's a difference. Let me tell you something. We had a bunch of cash. Like, we had a couple 100,000, you know, in cash. But I had access.
Yeah,
to
so much
anything.
more. Yeah,
Credit cards.
Credits,
You
I
can
was
use
about
that
to
shit
say. For
anywhere
anywhere,
you want to
yeah.
use it.
That's
You know what
the-
I mean?
That was so the
that
beauty
was
of the
the
hums and the check
right,
games. You feel me?
right.
You never had to use cash. You feel me? So I heard.
Yeah, so my cash was just accumulating. I was just using pieces or whatever. But you know, to answer your question, I do wish I would have done way more with my money. You know, I used to always say, "Oh, I'm gonna open this business or do this," but it's like when you don't have the knowledge, you know, you're not surrounded by that. You don't have the people around you to help you.
resources are useless without knowledge.
But
Yeah,
think about it though. You can look at it from that aspect, but you also got to think about this. If you open the business with the dirty money,
No,
when they come and
absolutely.
get everything,
So maybe it wasn't worth it.
Maybe it wasn't
worth-
meant to
they're
be at
taking
the
that.
time.
You
Yeah.
think they gonna
That would have been another charge.
they go like,
said,
oh, the business? Oh,
Laundering?
laundering money.
Like,
Yeah.
We got ghosts.
You money, you feel me? That's money laundering. You feel me? And then
No,
they
yeah.
season the business. So you could say like, yeah, I wish. I started thinking about that question like, damn, son. For all the niggas who was back there trapping, I wonder if like you ever thought to yourself like, damn, I could have did this with the money. I could have did that with the money. If you would have did that with the money and you went to jail for
was
that
going
shit,
too,
homie, it
nigga.
was going too.
But I think about all the times like, damn, like I ain't gonna front. My ex, he was obsessed with just counting the money. Like, nigga, how many times you gonna count that same
I ain't
money?
gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you.
He
What
said-
the fuck? Like,
I want to make sure it's all in.
I had a little $10,000 the other day, and me and my shorty count that shit like this. Just because of the sake of it.
He said, how many hundreds was in here again?
Just for the sake of it, put it through the money machine
Niggas like,
and
let
everything.
me count it backwards.
Like, come on now.
Fucking dad.
No, seriously, why guys do that?
I don't know, bro.
It's just
I was
the.
confused.
You know
like,
what else it is
It's
too?
just dance,
I
like-
speak for everybody. My money never looked neat. So when I got some fresh looking money, I'm like,
yeah,
oh, this
you
shit
used
look
to
mad
flip it,
pretty. Like, oh, this shit's smoother than a motherfucker.
And then you want to make sure the faces all lined up.
Yo,
Everything is
I could
perfect.
never count bread if all the heads ain't facing one
told-
direction.
you know what's
bro.
crazy?
If
I'm
one, is
doing
to, if one is to left and to the right, I'm gonna sort through the pack
I
first.
sort everything.
I'm gonna take 5 minutes to sort through the pack first,
Bro.
Then we gonna count. I don't give a fuck.
I told my
It could be
shorty, I
$3.
said, put my face. I like my faces up
Yeah.
and in this direction.
But it could be $3.
She looked at me like, boy,
They all
fuck
gotta-
you.
they all gotta- They all gotta be
Sorting
facing the
the
left. I'm
money.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I like my
Anyway.
shit neat. You know
Yo,
what I
that
mean?
is funny. Y'all crazy.
So we can find all this in your book, though.
Yes,
Okay.
everything in my
Okay,
book.
okay.
So,
So-
more detail.
Okay, so you mentioned a show.
Yes.
We ain't gonna act like you just ain't say that. So, what's the details with this show? When, where, and how can we find the show?
I don't know if I can tell you where.
Okay.
I think I can tell you where. It's on VH. It's gonna be on VH1.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's
Shout out
on
to the
VH1.
Shout out to the home
I
of
can't
reality
tell you
TV.
the concept or what type of show, but it's a great show. It's not like a ghetto or ratchet show. I'm talking about my life and my experience, and they basically want to show that people can do something negative and bounce back from that. You know what I mean? So that was like just the perfect show for me.
Okay.
And I'm happy. I'm grateful for that. And it's so crazy because they just reached out to me. Like I told you that.
Oh, really?
Law of Attraction. Yeah. They slid in my DMs and
Like, hey girl,
That's
hey big
one
head,
DM
hey
you
big
had to
head.
answer. Hey big
yo,
head.
no, they
Hey,
was
big
there
head.
for 3 weeks. I'm so horrible with DMs.
Oh wow.
Yo, yes.
I said wow.
But I mean, they like me. You know, I did the show. Basically, it's supposed to air in May. I can't say the exact date. It's supposed to air in May. However, they said production, if it's not in time, then it'll be early summer.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited. Y'all gonna see like a whole bunch of stuff
As we
on
should.
the show.
I ain't gonna hold you. I gotta read the book now. Like,
No, yeah, you read the book.
we-
When the show come on, you'll be like, oh shit.
Like,
I
oh, that's
seen
what she was
that.
talking about.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Oh, she was
okay.
at that chase on
Yeah.
Utica.
Oh my
Copy, got it.
Nah, they ain't gonna be
I'm
talking
messing.
about it.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
it's the debit game. Shut up.
So question. So are the Pink Panthers still an active clique? Can ladies that are listening to this podcast right now can we send them in your direction? Maybe some people, some new fresh ex-cons that are struggling.
No,
can they reach out to you
absolutely.
guys? How does that
No,
work?
you definitely can.
You hold seminars? Like, what's up?
No, we do. So basically with the Pink Panther Clique, it's like, let's put it like, you have a group of girls who are very ambitious and powerful and want to get to the bag. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, people are presented with different opportunities for themselves. Like I got presented an opportunity. One of my sisters that's in the group, she was on a TV show, and it's like everyone is basically doing their own thing. Mm-hmm. However, if we need to come back, we will. But I don't know if everyone will come back, because it's certain people who basically are not, don't want to be a part of the clique anymore.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I still want to help. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter clique or not. I still want to help people transition, females. And I say females because, I was a female.
I was hoping y'all was going to stick together forever. God damn it.
I mean, things happen.
Things do happen. Okay.
But, I still want to help transition females back into society, and whatever I can do to help. Like, I'm definitely all for it. I feel like me doing a good deed like that is what put me in this position that I am in today.
Any word of advice you want to give out there to any of the alleged get money men and women? Alleged.
Let me tell you something. Whatever you do, if you're able to deal with the consequences, I'm never going to tell anyone not to get money or, whatever it is that they have to do to feed their family or whatever. Now, do something positive with the money. You know what I mean? Don't just get the money and wear fucking Dior.
Oscar de la Renta, but okay.
But, if you're able to deal with the consequences, because a lot of bullshit come after that, then do what you do. But I suggest that you find out what it is that your passion is and invest in yourself. Okay. It's a lot of females, men, guys out here really getting money because they invested in themselves. You know what I mean? And this generation, I ain't gonna front, it's a little different from ours.
Oh, yeah.
Totally different. And
wait. I'm still young. I'm still a spring chicken. She said from ours. I'm Generation Z, right?
No.
Fuck you.
Nah, we getting a little old now, huh?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Fuck you.
Don't your knees just crack, nigga? But okay. So where can the people find you though?
So you guys can find me on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Wanna Got Class on Instagram.
You have to spell that out. Because it's not how I spelled it. I spelled that shit all wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
Wanna Got Class?
Is it one N, two N's?
Oh, it's one. Or you could put in Shawana King.
Okay.
But, WANAGOTCLASS, Wanna Got Class, or Shawana King. Or you could Google Shawana King.
Google me, baby.
Or you could go on Instagram, put my name in, put Shawana King, put swipe, it'll come up, buy my book. Or you could go to theswipe.com, theswipebook.com, and purchase my book.
And this book is available
everywhere. And you can watch me on TV soon.
Gangster.
You dig.
Listen to our Fric Frac podcast.
Shout out to the Fric Frac podcast. So this book is available everywhere?
Yes, Amazon and on theswipebook.com.
Do you have an audio book for slow niggas like myself?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Can do, yeah.
Voila. All right, well, it's
on my phone.
Oh, now when she got the fucking phone case,
yes.
I'm
Yo,
so
you know it's crazy.
dead.
Sometimes I be in the stores buying clothes and shit, and I be having my phone like this.
Oh, and they probably
and I'm
like,
damn.
They probably looking like,
bullshit.
Man, your card declined.
Like,
I hate
just
automatic.
Just get out.
Anyway,
just get out.
But
All right, well, yeah.
But thank you guys for having me.
Oh, thank you
really
for coming,
appreciate it.
Thank you for coming to share.
I enjoyed myself. You
definitely
guys are funny as fuck.
Sometimes,
I didn't even expect.
Nobody.
You know what I said? I said I'm not gonna watch any of the episodes because I just want to just go. I don't want to watch none of. I'm gonna watch a bunch of the episodes.
Subscribe to the YouTube, gangster.
Yo,
I'm
let me tell
definitely
you how the
gonna
YouTube got me fucked up the other day. I told you already. Oh my goodness! I gotta stop saying shit.
Yo, it's the Fric Frac podcast. This shit, I'm not doing all these goddamn AKAs. It's bruh, man.
It's your boy Loon. If you know, you know. And yeah,
we out.
We are out of here.